Our world is full of very loud evils and very quiet miracles. The evils get more attention because they are louder. Don't you get tired of the news sometimes? Another loud political scandal, another mass shooting somewhere, another terrorist bombing somewhere. We do live in a world of very loud evils. And yet there is the other side. You can see it in the outpouring of compassion and support anytime a disaster hits. People are drawn together in a time of evil to give support and to get comfort from one another. There are quiet miracles of love and compassion. The evils get more attention. They are a lot louder. But the quiet miracles, they are deeper in my mind. For every madman who goes out to bring hell on earth, there are thousands of strong, quiet people who do good. They offer kindness and understanding and love. They are the true miracles, even if they are quiet ones. We live in a world of very loud evils and very quiet miracles. And I say the miracles are greater than the evils. The crucifixion of Jesus was a very loud evil. The story of the cross is full of the darkness humans can perform on one another. If the tabloid reporters had been there, the cross would have been on page 1 of every single newspaper. All the cameras and the recorders and the reporters would have been swarming around Golgotha, and they would have shoved microphones in the faces of Jesus' friends and said, "How do you feel right now?" That part of the story was loud with blood and violence and suffering. But then came the resurrection. And even though here in church we make the celebration of Easter kind of loud with trumpets and music and shouting, that first Easter was very quiet. It was such a gentle miracle, you could have missed it if you weren't paying attention. Think about today's story we heard from the very end of John's Gospel. The boys had been out fishing all night. They caught nothing. And a stranger stands on shore at dawn and calls out, "Catch anything?" And when they tell him no, he says, "Try it again." And they do. And now the net is chock full of fish. Then comes a quiet breakfast on the shore. These fishermen gather around a small fire on the beach. And they have breakfast with their friend. Their friend who just a few days ago had been loudly and spectacularly executed by the Roman Empire. They had that Last Supper on Thursday night. Now they have the first breakfast a few days later. Jesus feeds his friends yet again. Jesus also deals with Peter. Just a few nights ago, around a charcoal fire, Peter had denied knowing Jesus 3 times. And now, around another charcoal fire, Jesus asks Peter, "Do you love me?" 3 times. And after Jesus restores Peter in this way, he gives him a job. "Feed my sheep," he says. And again, he says it 3 times. It's like he says to Peter, and by extension to all of us, "I was the shepherd, now I'm leaving. So you serve a while in my place." After the resurrection, it's all simple and bittersweet. Quiet talk, no big pronouncements, no flashy miracles. Just this humble man on the lake shore, talking to his friends, speaking gentle and low. Love one another, he says. Care for one another. Feed each other. And that's our job now. Jesus just wants us to take care of each other. The crucifixion was a very loud evil. The story of the cross is full of human darkness. If today's news media had been there, they would have given it wall-to-wall coverage. But the resurrection was as quiet and understated as breakfast on the beach. There are true miracles, even if they are quiet ones. We live in a world of very loud evils and very quiet miracles. And if you ask me, I say the quiet miracles are greater than the evils. He's alive, you see. He's risen. Death cannot stop this man. He is loose in the world, and he shows up every now and then. But always in a quiet way, at least in my experience. So, keep your eyes open. Keep your ears open. And above all, keep your hearts open.